What's up with the weather? Weather disasters are pounding Earth. See how scientists are trying to figure out if the weather is getting worse? By Peter Miller. Hurricanes spin, floodwater rise, droughts bake the ground, heat waves and deep freezes grip the planet. What's up with the weather? It's not normal. Or is it? It will take time to find answer. Weather patterns change over a long period of time. So one bad storm may not mean anything. Lots of extreme weather may be a sign that something is changing though. That's why meteorologists are asking questions. Weather patterns. Meteorologists are weather scientists. They know that weather often follows a pattern. It's formed by how the sun, ocean, and wind interact. The sun warms the ocean. The warm water evaporates. It becomes vapor. The vapor rises into the air. Strong winds push the vapor in different directions. In time, the vapor cools. It turns into rain or snow. It falls to the ground as precipitation. This is called the water cycle. It helps cause weather patterns. Meteorologists depend on this pattern to predict the weather. Now, though, it's getting harder to predict. Here are some examples. Rising water. One day in May, it began to rain in a city in the southern United States, US. It often rains in this city in the spring, so no one was surprised. Yet, this storm wasn't normal. The rain didn't stop for 2 days. Puddles turned into lakes. Creeks became rivers. Water flooded streets and buildings. No one had ever seen anything like it. This kind of flooding was rare. In fact, it only happens in this part of the world once in 1,000 years. It wasn't the only unusual flood. Soon after, Pakistan flooded. Then part of Australia flooded. There, crocodiles swam in the streets. A storm maker. Floods are causing disasters all over the planet. Meteorologists are trying to discover why. They start with what they know. In Australia, they looked at a normal weather pattern for answers. It's called La Nina. In this pattern, a big patch of warm water moves close to Australia. Water vapor rises from it and storms form. Yet, La Nina doesn't explain why there was so much rain in Australia. The answer may lie in changes to Earth's temperature. The heat is on. Earth is getting warmer. Just a small change can make a big difference in the weather. The ocean grows warmer. More water evaporates. More moisture rises into the air. More precipitation falls to the ground. That may be why the rains were so bad in Australia and the US. Warmer temperatures in Pakistan caused a second problem too. Snow and ice in the mountains melted. The water flowed rivers. Then the rainy season began. The rain led to the worst flood in the history of Pakistan. Drying out. Weather patterns can also can push rain clouds away. That may cause drought in some places. That's when everything is dry. Winds whip up dust storms. Grass dies, dirt cracks. One tiny spark can start a forest fire. This kind of climate change affects the whole planet. It causes deadly heat waves. Plants lose their moisture in the intense heat. All the moisture in the ground evaporates. That makes droughts worse. Deep freeze. Europe faced a different weather problem. Winters there are usually cold, but rarely below freezing. For 2 winters, temperatures in Europe dropped. One deep freeze lasted for 3 weeks. Scientists looked at the wind for clues. One wind is extra cold. It's a polar jet stream. One polar jet stream blows near the North Pole. Sometimes it dips farther south than normal. Then it blows cold Arctic air across Europe. Once it dumped snow on parts of Africa. It sounds odd, but warmer temperatures in the Arctic could be causing this extreme. They may be pushing this jet stream south. Scientists are watching to find out. Weather Watch. Scientists also are watching what's going on with the tropical cyclones. These are giant spinning storms. Sometimes they become monster storms. That's what happened in the Philippines. In 2013, a tropical cyclone roared across the Pacific Ocean. It slammed into the Philippines. It flattened whole towns. It was the strongest cyclone ever to hit land. It won't be the last. Preparing for the worst. Scientists predict Earth will keep getting warmer. They also predict more extreme weather on its way. Some countries are getting ready. Bangladesh is one. It's built cyclone shelters. Some farmers there also plant their gardens on floating rafts. During extreme weather, the rafts can float on rising water. The gardens won't be washed away or destroyed. Wait and see. Only time will tell if weather patterns really are changing. In the meantime, meteorologists will do their job. They study each disaster. Then they'll ask if it's part of the normal weather pattern or not. They will learn from each disaster. Then they may finally be able to answer this question: what's up with the weather? So that's all of it for today's book. Goodbye, everyone.